Hello, it's Doug from Behind Closed Doors, and today I'm going to be looking at Harley Quinn, 3 signs she's into you. Let's have a look at the video.
Hi, I'm Hayley Quinn and I'm here today to tell you
Hayley Quinn, sorry. I was thinking of Harley Quinn.
three signs she's flirting with you that you will not have thought of, or you probably won't have, because
I would not have thought of. Well, give me some credit at least. Mind you, I did get your name wrong.
because I bet you might be expecting if a girl likes you for some very, very heavy eye contact, sexy smile, like all L'Oreal commercial or her dressing up very sexy or touching you. And the truth is that women's signals are usually a lot more obscure.
Yeah, I don't really go on women's signals and I don't like flirting, so it's a good start, isn't it? The reason why I don't like flirting is because it's a bit of a grey area, isn't it? It's sort of like you can flirt with somebody and they can be saying, oh, I didn't mean anything by it, or they can flirt and say, oh, I was giving you loads of signals. It's like a grey area, and I'm a bit more black and white
Than that. So if you're trying to read her signals and you're looking for some certainty, we need you to understand that first of all, men choose women, women don't choose guys. So if you want to...
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? I don't know how well that would fare in court. Oh no, it's alright, I chose her, but she didn't choose you. I think consent is very important.
So if you want to get more signals from her, you need to take more steps forward.
Women sexually select.
Not wait for her to give you a clear signal and then follow through.
I don't think I think about signals from her. I just base it on indicators of interest and then I follow it up with compliance. So I'm not so much interested in signals, I'm more interested in compliance. I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I know how I want her to play a role in it. I invite her into it, and if she wants to come along, she can do, and if she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to. I prefer it's better to invite people as opposed to pick up on invisible signals that you could detect that might mean something maybe someday.
Not wait for her to give you a clear signal
Because you might be waiting a while.
And then follow through. So here are some signals that you might not have thought about because they won't have come on your radar, but they're actually really important for you to know.
How do you know I haven't thought about them? Is she a mind reader?
The first of these is, as I found out when I interviewed a bunch of women around London just before Christmas, is the number one thing that they did if they wanted to let a guy know that they liked him was to hang around with him more. How would you let him know you liked him? Or would you hope that he would just approach you, or would you try and get some one-on-one time? Would you say that you liked him? Or
I tried to get some one-on-one time, but I was make sure he kind of knew that I liked him, because I don't really like the idea of just hanging around hoping that he finds out.
Yeah, so how would you go? Do you have any idea how you go about it? Because obviously I'm really interested because I like women to go out and actually a bit more of an effort, because men don't get the message otherwise, but lots of women feel uncomfortable to even hold eye contact and smile. Sometimes is a big deal.
Yeah, I think get close to them first as a friend, and then hope that it maybe go further, and maybe just ask.
Yeah, I think in nightclubs it's very easy because all I have to do is just stand there and I just look who's in proximity to me. They're very inadvertently direct. I know that's a bit of a weird thing to say, but that's the best way I can explain it.
Go out as friends and see how it goes.
Okay, I like that.
Hope that they make the first move.
Oh, well, you're both gorgeous, so come on, guys. Yep, that's really it. That's all that they did. It was just basically making sure that they got enough face time. So let's think about this for a second. This goes back to how women have been conditioned to think that they have to present themselves, that they have to show availability, that they have to create the space to get the guy to take the step forward, which in this case literally meant creating physical time to hang out together, or making sure that they're in the right place at the right time, turning up to the party where they know they're going to see him. Making sure that, after work...
Or you could just ask them out on a date.
After work, perhaps, that you're the last two people in the office and she's clearing away her stuff together so she can go into the elevator with you. Yep, that really is it. Creating availability and giving you an opportunity one-on-one to take the steps forward. It's not that she's going to do anything clearer than that, because to
I thought all this stuff about, being proactive and, women having equality and all that kind of stuff. Why don't they go and ask the guys out that they fancy? Makes perfect sense to me. Go after what you want.
A woman's mindset, because of how women have been conditioned, this is what they expect. They think, right, I can't
Be direct.
be too obvious about this. That will put him off. The best I can do is give him physical time with me one-to-one.
Well, being obvious is being honest, isn't it? Because you're living in a world of plausible deniability if you just give hints and sort of signals and suggestions and innuendo and all that kind of stuff. Just be honest.
Where he can make the move forward. So the burden of expectation is definitely, unfortunately, still with you.
He might not make the move forward if he doesn't know how you think and feel, because you haven't been honest about it, because you haven't been direct about it.
Unfortunately, still with you. Okay, second thing that you might not have thought about.
I like the presumption that I haven't thought about a lot of stuff.
Women actually tend to become a bit more tense.
And if you're saying that men are the selectors, men like to be very direct, so be direct with them.
Women actually tend to become a bit more tense and a bit more awkward around guys that they like. And I believe me, oh my God, the amount of times that even this has applied to me. If I meet a guy I really like, I suddenly get all like nervous and overexcited. And that usually translates into me not being able to converse with him so clearly, stuttering over my words, feeling generally awkward, because I think everyone, particularly those of you that are in England.
Yeah, but that's cute and adorable, and as a man you feel even more masculine because they're being even more feminine about how they're expressing their emotions. So that's a good thing.
We all feel awkward about sex and dating, right? Even me. So because of that, that awkwardness often translates not into like flowing, amazing conversations, but like stilted and weird ones where no one really knows where they stand. Because the funny thing is that as a woman, if you like a guy, you're not really sure how much you like him, especially if you're not really sure if he likes you. And so in all of this mess of confusion, the best you're going to get really is a very awkward and stilted conversation. So,
Well, if you let the woman lead the interaction, then yeah.
so if a woman is awkward, clumsy, she spends a lot of time justifying her actions, is more apologetic, weirdly, that might mean that she likes you. So if she's makes a joke and then apologizes for it, if she explains why she's been so clumsy, if she's late for work one day and she overly tells herself off in front of you, if she gives you an opinion on something and then backtracks.
Oh, this is heavy to listen to. This is a lot of stuff. It's very complicated. To me, it's very simple.
These actually are all pretty good signs that she might like you. Third and final sign is that women have basically been told.
I'll ask her out if I want to, and then she can accept or decline, and she can do the same as well. I'm a bit old-fashioned that way.
Have basically been told, and this, trust me, I hate this. I really dislike it. I wish it was different. That if they want to get you, our job is to turn up and be attractive. So because of that, you might find that a woman acts in a way that's more feminine around you. She might.
No, all she has to do is be honest. All she has to do is come up and say, "Hey, all right. Oh, I saw you and I think you're really attractive. I thought I'd come over and say hello." The guy knows exactly where he stands. You don't have to do all these makeup stuff. You don't have to think about this particular dress to put on. You don't have to think about what colour your hair is. You don't have to think how high heel your shoes should be. You just have to be honest. And when you're in a relationship, it's best to start off with honesty and not be deceitful or live the relationship in the grey area where you don't know where anything stands.
She might put on lip gloss more repeatedly, might brush her hair, might sit more upright, if she's in the office, she might choose to shed extra layers so you can see a bit more of her skin. And that's it. She ain't gonna sort of like straddle you in your office chair and stuff.
Well, that's one extreme to the other, isn't it? Like flicking your hair and then straddling you in the chair. That's from one extreme to the other. Like I was saying, I prefer the middle line. Just be honest. Just go over and talk to them and make your intentions clear. It's simple.
Grinding up against you, though, that would probably be nice. Or drag you into the store cupboard. But
if you don't have the confidence to approach the guy and to have a conversation and to initiate an interaction, then you probably shouldn't be going out with him anyway.
But you know what? She might remove a scarf if you're lucky. So as you can see,
Oh, you kinky girl.
you can see that with women's signals, a lot of the time the signs that they like a guy, they are ones that you could barely recognise.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't pay attention to what she wants. Just invite, and she can either accept or decline.
Recognise. It actually might be an awkwardness or standoffishness or a need to be particularly confrontational and disagree.
Again, this is so much information. I just don't worry about what she's thinking about. I only think about what I'm thinking about, because I'm in control of that. I'm not in control of her. So I just know what I want, and I lead the interaction, and she can come along or she doesn't have to. It's as simple as that. I don't really spend much time thinking about what she's thinking. You know, when you eat a chicken dinner, you don't think much about what the chicken was doing before it was in the oven, do you?
Agreeable in conversations. It could be that she creates a lot of private time and personal space so you can hang out one-on-one. It might be that she reapplies a lip gloss, but really that's it. This is as clear as it gets. This is a woman feeling like she is doing her job being the girl. For the amount of female clients I work with, I know that they tell me they can find it difficult if they see a guy they like to in so much as hold eye contact and smile at him. So there you have it. This is what you're working with. So guys, all I can say is your mission is 100% your mission to go out there into the world, check out some more of my videos, learn the tips that you need to learn so that you can take the steps forward, because that's what the women are expecting.
Well, they might be disappointed then, mightn't they? If they're not going to ask for what they want, do they really deserve to get what they want? And as for guys, yeah, if you see a girl that you like, the same advice applies. Go up, ask them out. And if nobody asks anyone out, then nobody gets to go out with anyone, do they? So somebody's got to take the initiative.